Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to talk about a very important topic from class 10 science, that is understanding the chemical reactions and their types. So by the end of this video, you will understand not only what a chemical equation is, but also the different types of reactions we see in real life. So let's get started. In this video, today we will cover the topics like introduction, chemical reaction, reactants and product, what are the characteristics of the chemical reaction, what is the balanced chemical equation, and we will also learn about laws, that is law of conservation of mass, and the last topic is types of chemical reaction. Before we dive into the definitions, let me tell you a small story that will surely help you to understand chemical reactions in a very simple way. So one day it started suddenly raining heavily. Arav mom called out to him, Arav, go quickly and bring your cycle from the backyard. So Arav went into the backyard to get his cycle. Then he paused for a little second. Then he shouted, Mama, Mama, my cycle turned brown. Is it getting spoiled? Then Mama replied, Beta, that's rust. When iron reacts with air and water. So basically, here's a completely new substance is formed that is called rust. It is brown in color and it weakens the cycle. So this is a perfect and real life example of a chemical reaction where a new substance with a new properties are formed and it cannot be easily reversed. So student, now tell me what exactly happened there. The shiny iron of the cycle reacted with the oxygen and water from the rain, and a new substance, rust, was formed. So now let's define it properly. So student, now have you ever noticed how the iron gate or your cycle left outside in the rain slowly get covered with a reddish brown layer called rust? Or when you cut an apple and leave it outside for some time, it gets turned into the brown color. So now here is the big question for you all. Are these just simple color changes or are these new substances being formed? So basically the answer is these are not the ordinary changes. In both cases, the new substance with the new properties are formed. In the case of iron, rust is a new substance, or we can say the iron oxide is being formed. Now, in the case of the apple, certain chemicals in the fruit react with oxygen in the air to form the brown colored compound. And that is exactly what we call a chemical reaction. Basically, a process where one or more substances they get changed into new substances with different properties. So, from this example, we can clearly see that the new substance with new properties are being formed. So now here the question is like, what is a chemical reaction? It is a process in which one or more substances changes into a new substance with different property. Basically, the process in which new chemicals are formed. Here is the example like reaction between hydrogen and oxygen. When hydrogen and oxygen they react with each other and they form a product that is called H2O, which means the water. Now we know that what a chemical reaction is. Now the next question is how do we represent it in the scientific language of chemistry? Obviously we use chemical equation, but this chemical equation has three main parts. First part is reactant. Basically the substances we start with and these are written on the left hand side. Now the second point is product. That is the new substances form. It was written on the right hand side. And the third is arrow. These arrow points from reactant to product. These are just showing you the direction, like how the product is being formed from the reactant. Now, to make you understand better, let's discuss more about reactant and product through an example. Basically, reactant, I told you that are written on the left hand side, and the product, which is formed from the reactant, are written on the left hand side. So basically, reactant are the substances That's a chemical reaction. Products are the substances formed after the reaction. Here is an example of magnesium and oxygen. They together react and they form a new substance called magnesium oxide. So here the magnesium and oxygen, these are written on the left hand side and this symbolizes your reactant. Thus, the magnesium oxide that is written on the right hand side symbolizes you the product. But here the arrow represents the direction of a chemical reaction. The characteristics of a chemical reaction, these are the signs that tell you whether a chemical reaction has actually taken place. So let me explain you in a very simple way. So now here is a trick that I made for you all. That is, every pretty cat takes selfie. E means the evolution of the gas. And here the pretty and the first letter P, which mean the precipitate formation. And here the word cat and the first letter of the cat is C, and it represents the change in color. And the fourth one similarly temperature change, and the last is similarly the state. So now, first is like evolution of the gas. Basically, sometimes a gas is released during the reaction. For example, when zinc with the dilute sulfuric acid, they react, so the product is formed zinc sulfate plus hydrogen gas, and these hydrogen gas is released with the bubbles. Now, the second point is precipitate formation. Like a precipitate, it is an insoluble solid and it's formed during a reaction between the two solutions. For example, like silver nitrate react with this sodium chloride, it helps to give a silver chloride that is the white precipitate plus sodium nitrate. Done. So now, third is like change in color. Like many reactions, this shows a clear color change. Example, like when iron rusts, its color changes from shiny gray to red brown. Fourth one is change in temperature. Some reaction they releases the heat, and by the way, others absorb heat. So basically, when we burn magnesium ribbon and a ash is formed. So basically, when the ash is formed, it releases the heat as well as light. So the last one is the state. Basically, new substances they may form with a different physical state. Like when hydrogen and the oxygen they together react and they form a product water. Water is formed in a liquid state. So that's all about the characteristics of a chemical reaction. So now we'll discuss the new topic that is balanced chemical equation. Basically, it is a chemical equation in which the number of atoms of each element, these are equal on both sides. Like the reactant will contain the equal number of the atom and the product also contain the equal number of atoms of each element. So let me explain you with an example. As you can see, here is the example of water is given. H2 plus O2 gives you H2O. Now, as you can see, the in the left hand side, or we can say in the reactant side, the hydrogen contains two atoms, and in the product, hydrogen also contains two atoms. Now, if we see in the reactant, the oxygen contains two atoms. Now, in the product, oxygen contains one atom. Now we have to balance the oxygen atom. So what we'll do is, like first of all, to the product we will multiply it by 2. Then oxygen element will be formed 2, but there is a one problem, like hydrogen will become 4. 2 into 2 is equal to 4. But in the reactant we are having hydrogen atom as a 2. So what we'll do is we will also multiply the hydrogen atom in the reactant itself by the 2. So the product is obtained like twice of H2 plus O2. It gives you the twice of H2O. And that's how the balance equation is done. Now we will discuss the most important principle, that is law of conservation of mass. This law states that mass can neither be created nor destroyed in a chemical reaction. The total mass of the reactant will be always equal to the total mass of the product. So basically, in other words, we can say the atom, these are just rearranged during a reaction. But none of the atoms they are lost and none of the atoms are gained. So let me explain you with an easy example. Suppose if you take a piece of paper and you burn it, it look like it has been disappeared. But actually it doesn't vanish. It gets changes into the ash like carbon dioxide, water vapor, or we can say the other gases. So here the total mass of the ash plus gases, these are exactly equal to the mass of paper plus oxygen, which was used for burning. So here nothing is lost, it just changes form. Example, if 10 grams of hydrogen react with 80 grams of oxygen, the product will be formed is equal to 90 grams. Now, we have understood that in every reaction, the total mass of the reactant and product, they remain the same just because of the law of conservation of mass. But here come the next question, are these all reactions the same? Of course not. Just like we have different kind of activities in our daily life, chemical reactions also occurs in the different form. So let's explore the types of chemical reactions one by one. So basically, the first reaction is combination reaction, second reaction is decomposition, third is displacement, fourth one is double displacement, and the fifth one is the redox reaction. So now let's explore the types of chemical reaction one by one. This reaction is combination reaction. It is a reaction in which two or more substances combine to form a simple new substance. Now, the reactant like A and B, they react together and form a product like A, B. So basically, इसमें क्या होता है जैसे कि अगर आप एग्जाम्पल देख रहे हो कि सोडियम और क्लोराइड मिलके एक कंपाउंड बना रहे हैं जो कि है सोडियम क्लोराइड। इसमें क्या होगा कि नंबर ऑफ रिएक्टेंट के जो एटम्स होंगे ना वो ज्यादा होंगे, लेकिन प्रोडक्ट के हमेशा कम होंगे। तो मैं आपको एक सिंपल सा एग्जांपल देती हूँ। जैसे कि कॉम्बिनेशन रिएक्शन को ना आप ऐसे समझ लो जैसे दो दोस्त अपने स्ट्रेंथ मिला के एक स्ट्रॉन्ग टीम बना लेते हैं। वैसे ही केमिकल रिएक्शन में भी दो या दो से ज्यादा रिएक्टेंट मिलके एक सिंगल प्रोडक्ट बना लेते हैं। तो इट इज वेरी सिंपल। We saw that in a combination reaction, two or more reactants combine to form a single product. But does this always happen? No. Sometimes a single product breaks into two or more simple products. And this type of reaction is called a decomposition reaction. And this is our second type of chemical reaction in which one substance they basically break down into two or more simple products. As the example given is here, like calcium carbonate, it gets heated and they form a product, calcium oxide and the carbon dioxide. So basically, calcium carbonate is broken down into two products. So it is an example of the decomposition reaction. The types of the decomposition reaction, thermal decomposition reaction, photolytic decomposition reaction, electrolytic decomposition reaction. These decomposition reactions, these are not all the same. These can be divided into three main types depending on what kind of energy is used to break the compound. So let's see them one by one. Now, we're going to discuss the first type of decomposition reaction, that is thermal decomposition reaction. As you know, the word thermal means heat. Basically, this reaction occurs due to heat. So, it is a type of decomposition reaction where a simple compound break down into simple substances when heated. So basically, the heat is required to break the bond. For example, like as we can see, the calcium carbonate, when it gets heated, the calcium oxide and carbon dioxide, these are formed. And this is the thermal decomposition and hence used in the cement industry. The second type of the decomposition reaction is photolytic decomposition reaction. As you can see, the word photolytic means light. It is a type of decomposition reaction in which a compound breaks into the simple substances in the presence of sunlight or the UV light. For example, decomposition of silver chloride. Silver chloride, these get reacted in the presence of sunlight and it gives you the product silver and the chloride. So basically, silver chloride has been broken down into two elements, that is silver and chloride itself. But this reaction occurs through the sunlight. And in the previous type of decomposition reaction, that is thermal, that reaction was done with the help of heat. So now let's discuss third type of decomposition reaction, that is electrolytic decomposition reaction. Here the word electrolytic means electricity, a type of decomposition reaction in which a compound breaks down into simple substances using electricity. For example, electrolysis of water. When water is being electrolyzed, or we can say that when electricity is passed through a water, two products are formed, that are hydrogen and oxygen. So, yes, this process is called electrolysis of water. तो स्टूडेंट थ्योरी तो हमने मस्त तरीके से कर ली, बट अब पढ़ाई सिर्फ सुनने से ही नहीं होती, प्रैक्टिस से होती है। तो अभी हम अपने आप को टेस्ट करते हैं कुछ क्वेश्चन के प्रैक्टिस से। तो चलिए शुरू करते हैं। Here the first question is, what is released when calcium carbonate is heated? चलो बताओ। अब इससे आपको आइडिया तो लग गया होगा कि हम हीट कर रहे हैं, तो मतलब डिकम्पोजिशन रिएक्शन हुआ तो क्या प्रोडक्ट बनेगा? So here the answer will come the calcium oxide and the carbon dioxide. That is third option. Is what are the products when water is electrolyzed? Options are hydrogen and carbon dioxide, hydrogen and oxygen, hydrogen and nitrogen, water and oxygen. So when water is electrolyzed, यानी जब हम इसमें इलेक्ट्रिसिटी पास करते हैं तो ये ब्रेक डाउन होता है किसमें? हाइड्रोजन गैस एंड ऑक्सीजन गैस। तो ऑप्शन क्या होगा इसका? ऑप्शन नंबर सेकंड, दैट इज हाइड्रोजन एंड ऑक्सीजन. Let's move on to the another type of the chemical reaction, that is displacement reaction. This is that reaction when a more reactive substance pushes out a less reactive one from a compound. So basically, if a more reactive element comes and it pushes out a less reactive element from its compound, then what will happen? That exactly what we call a displacement reaction. A more reactive metal displaces a less reactive metal. For example, zinc plus copper sulfate, it will give zinc sulfate plus copper. Here, zinc is more reactive than copper, so zinc displaces copper from copper sulfate and it forms the zinc sulfate. Second example is iron plus copper sulfate gives iron sulfate plus copper. बट स्टूडेंट, आपके मन में भी एक सवाल आता होगा कि कैसे डिसाइड करें कि कौन सा एलिमेंट ज्यादा रिएक्टिव है और कौन सा कम। तो बेसिकली साइंटिस्ट ने एक लिस्ट बनाई है जिसको हम कहते हैं रिएक्टिविटी सीरीज। बेसिकली दिस सीरीज शोज हाउ इजीली अ मेटल रिएक्ट विद वाटर, एसिड और ऑक्सीजन। बेसिकली ये आपको हेल्प करता है प्रिडिक्ट करने में कि कौन सा मेटल रिएक्ट करेगा डिस्प्लेसमेंट रिएक्शन में और कौन से मेटल को ज्यादा एनर्जी चाहिए टू एक्सट्रैक्ट। So reactivity series is a list of metals. These are arranged in the order of their reactivity from the most reactive to the least reactive. तो यहाँ पे मैंने आपको एक ट्रिक दिया है लर्न करने के reactivity series, that is please stop calling me a careless zebra, instead try learning how copper saves gold. बेसिकली पोटाशियम सोडियम कैल्शियम ये सारे क्या हैं? मोस्ट रिएक्टिव। लेकिन कॉपर सिल्वर गोल्ड क्या है? लीस्ट रिएक्टिव है। तो एट द टॉप मैंने आपको बता दिया, बीच में होते हैं जिंक और आयरन एंड एट द बॉटम वी हैव कॉपर सिल्वर एंड गोल्ड एंड दीज आर वेरी लेस रिएक्टिव। तो ये हमें सीरीज हेल्प करती है कि कौन सा मेटल डिस्प्लेस करेगा डिस्प्लेसमेंट रिएक्शन में। तो इट इज लाइक अ पावर रैंकिंग ऑफ द मेटल, जितना ज्यादा मेटल उतना ज्यादा चांस होगा कि दूसरे मेटल को बाहर निकालने का। Now let's come to the fourth type of the chemical reaction, that is double displacement. It is a chemical reaction where two compounds swap their ion to form two new compound. इसमें क्या होता है कि जो दो आयन प्रेजेंट होते हैं ना एक कंपाउंड में, वो एक दूसरे के एक्सचेंज हो जाते हैं। जैसे यहाँ पे एक एग्जांपल होगा कि सोडियम क्लोराइड प्लस सिल्वर नाइट्रेट। तो जो सोडियम है वो नाइट्रेट के साथ वो स्वैप कर लेगा अपना कंपाउंड या आयन, और जो सिल्वर है वो क्लोराइड के साथ एक कंपाउंड बना देगा। तो कंपाउंड बनेगा सोडियम नाइट्रेट प्लस सिल्वर क्लोराइड। ठीक है, सेकंड एग्जांपल देख लीजिए कि हाइड्रोजन क्लोराइड प्लस सोडियम ऑक्साइड। तो यहाँ पे सोडियम क्लोराइड बन जाएगा, और जो H और OH मिलके क्या बना देंगे, H2O। तो ये हमारा है डबल डिस्प्लेसमेंट रिएक्शन। Let's move on to the fifth type of the chemical reaction, that is redox reaction. So basically the word redox, in that word there is the word red, that means reduction, and OH means oxidation. So redox reaction are two types of reaction, that is reduction and oxidation. Oxidation मतलब कि वो ऑक्सीजन का गेन करेगा. Then when there is a gain of oxygen, so there will be a loss of hydrogen. जब हाइड्रोजन लॉस हो रहे हैं तो वहां पे इलेक्ट्रॉन का भी लॉस होगा. Similarly, in reduction, there will be a loss of oxygen, gain of hydrogen. हाइड्रोजन के गेन होने की वजह से इलेक्ट्रॉन का भी गेन होगा. तो बेसिकली ये जो एक ही रिएक्शन में ऑक्सीडेशन और रिडक्शन दोनों एक साथ होते हैं. तो दैट्स व्हाई वी से इट redox reaction. Basically, in this example, when iron react with oxygen in the presence of the moisture, water, it forms the iron oxide, that is Fe2O3, which is commonly known as rust. तो बेसिकली यहाँ पे जो आयरन है वो ऑक्सीडाइज हो रहा है. अगर आप देखो प्रोडक्ट में ऑक्सीजन प्रेजेंट आयरन के साथ, तो यहाँ पे क्या होगा, ऑक्सीडेशन. बट यहाँ पे हम जैसे कि सेम टाइम ऑक्सीजन रिड्यूस भी हो रहा है इन रिडक्शन. ठीक है, तो जो रस्टिंग ऑफ आयरन है ये बहुत कॉमन एग्जांपल है रिडॉक्स रिएक्शन का, जो कि हम डेली लाइफ. So next time, whenever you see rust on an old bicycle or a gate, remember you are actually looking at a redox reaction in action. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you understood today's concept clearly. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more science videos. Thank